Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to today's video. Today I'm doing a book haul, and it's not just any book haul. We went to Goodwill for thrifting because I do thrifting for one of my part-time jobs, and I went to the book section. And girl, did I not expect it to be this good. But I picked up a few books that I'm going to talk about today, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And I think I'm gonna make a series out of this where I'm gonna show you guys what I can find at the thrift store that I'm super excited to read. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. If you guys like this video, like, subscribe, and let's jump right into it. All right, so first book is just a quick book that it's just gonna be like this. This is Performing Under Pressure. It is a self-development book. I just got it because of work, because I'm pressure under a lot. So I got this to read, and hopefully this will help me go through my work day and not feel insane. My favorite is meditate. Practice meditation. How does meditation help you to depressurize? Second book I got is a rom-com. So it is the summertime, and normally on this channel I talk a lot about gothic romance and cold kind of romances, a lot of gothic, paranormal, and fantasy romances, but mostly gothic and paranormal romance. That's really what my forte is. I love those. I love them. But it's getting to the summertime, and I was gonna be that person that's like, you know, I'm never gonna be that person that wants to read for the summer. Like, it's always gonna be about graveyards and ghost love and demons and blah, blah, blah. But then I got into a mood. So I picked this up. It's really shitty condition, like, I'm not gonna lie, it's a super shitty condition, but I picked it up because I wanted to read it. It is this book right here. This is called Love Your Life by Sophie Kinsella. And I know that I saw a couple of other people talking about this author. I picked it up because it had that, you know, rom-com type of vibe, and it looked like it was a summary type of book. This one is about a girl who goes to a remote writer's retreat in coastal Italy. So it's got those Italian vibes, Amalfi Coast vibes, which I like. At the retreat, she's not allowed to use her real name or reveal any personal information. When the neighboring martial arts retreat is canceled and a few of its attendees join their small writing community, Ava now goes by Aria and meets Dutch, a man who seems too good to be true. Next book I got is a classic. I watched okay, this is gonna make me sound so like terrible, but I watched the movie on Netflix, the adaptation with my girl, Lily James. And I was like, all right, I really like this. I'm gonna read it. It's terrible, but it's true. I have another book like that as well here. But I'm finally gonna read Rebecca, the classic tale of romance suspense. Now, another thing you don't know about me is I actually love mystery novels and horror novels. I've just been so into the gothic romance like kick that I haven't read any, and I have a bunch that I have to read. That's even in my personal TBR before I bought any of this stuff. So I feel like this is right up my alley. It's about this woman who marries this guy that she meets after like a second, but finds out that he has a wife that died named Rebecca. So suspense. I'm really excited to read this. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it, but I am excited to read. And this is the version that I have in my possession. I have no idea what this one's about, but it looks spooky, so I picked it up. This is called In a Dark, Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. And it says, prepare to be scared, really scared. Reese freaking Witherspoon. So this is a horror from what I can tell. I have no idea what it's about. The pulse quickening plot will keep you until the small hours. Read it on a dark and stormy night with the lights on. I'm so excited. So this looks so fun. I am so excited, and and if I like this author, I will pick up more of her books. But this looks so freaking cool, and I'm so excited to read it. I have no idea what it's about. Like, even in the back, it literally doesn't say what it's about. Somebody says, who pulled a gun at a bachelorette party? The answers are unveiled with Gillian Flynn style trickery. I have no idea what that means, but I'm assuming this is a bachelorette party in the middle of the woods. People be crazy, and this is why I don't do that kind of stuff, because then books will be written about it. Next is one that I read in high school. I read this in high school in the 10th grade, and I loved this book so much, but I got rid of it when I was moving. I got rid of a ton of books when I was moving, stupid. But The only book that I actually kept from school was The Collector, which is one of my favorite books, and I need to reread it. But I got this, Brave New World. This is by Aldous Huxley. For some reason, I always thought this book was about from George Orwell, but no, it's not. It is Aldous Huxley. And if you don't know what this book is about, I would highly suggest watching the movie The Island. The Island is based off of this book. Basically, what it's about is about this guy. He lives in like this not from what I remember, 10th grade, high in my brain. It's like kind of like a big, I'm not gonna say factory, but like a big warehouse or a big building, like an open space concept building. And he and a bunch of other people live there. And for the longest time, they're told the outside world have like really scary people and monsters and super, super dangerous. So they stay inside this big warehouse factory looking thing. And as you can imagine, that is not 100% the truth. And he finds out about the truth, the guy. So it has Brave New World and Brave New World Revisited, which interesting because I only read A Brave New World. I never read Brave New World Revisited, so I will be reading both and I'm excited about that. Look how smart I am reading Brave New World. Give myself a pat on the damn back. But I'm excited to read this. Yeah, like I said, we're kind of getting, this is sci-fi. I would say this is sci-fi. So, which is weird because I don't normally read sci-fi. Okay, the next book I got is A Second Chance Love Story, from what I read in the back. And it is A Girl He Used to Know, a novel by Tracy Garvis Graves. And it's basically about this girl named Anika Rose. She is an English major at the University of Illinois. And she meets this guy named Jonathan Hoffman, and he joins the chess club, which is the club that Anika is part of as well, or Annika is part of as well. They meet there, they kind of like, you know, crushy, but then they kind of split. And then 10 years later, she works in a library, he's a Wall Street guy, and they meet again. So is this a second chance of love? And it has like this step one, which, why is this a thing? I don't know. But it has a little step and I'm excited to read this. So this is more, I think this is more of a serious romance rather than the Italian summer one, or not the Italian summer one, the Love Your Life one. So I'm excited about that. Next, we have a book that I have no idea what's about, but I read the inside cover and I was all like, this looks like a book for me. This is by Lisa Jewell, and it is called, the sticker's just covering her last name. It's called Watching You. And this looks so fun. This, I'll read the inside. I love it because it's so juicy. It seems like a Desperate Housewives kind of moment. And if you don't know, Desperate Housewives was literally my favorite show when it was on air. I even got the game and I was obsessed with the game. And I was looking for the game the other day after I got this. And I was like, man, I really want to play Desperate Housewives again. But I can't find it anywhere and it won't work on my computer anymore because it's like 2004, I think. So anyways, this instant New York Times, blah, 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 blah. Melville Heights is one of the nicest neighborhoods in Bristol, England. Home to doctors and lawyers and old money academics. It's not the sort of place where people are murdered in their own kitchen. But it is the sort of place where everyone has a secret and prying eyes lurk behind every curtain. Somebody's gonna get Stitches got stitches is what I'm assuming is gonna happen. Snitches get stitches. So I am excited about this. That's the vibe I'm getting from this book. That you done told somebody something, I'm gonna shank you kind of a thing. So I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to read it. And I just can't wait to read all these books. They just seem all so good. I don't know, I'm really excited. Okay, the last book is another, I watched this and I wanted to read the book. And I watched this on HBO. I loved it. To tell you that I was obsessed with this show is to tell you that I'm obsessed with the Phantom of the Opera. Like, I was so obsessed while I was watching this show, and I saw like 3 copies of this at Goodwill, and I was like, girlfriend, I'm gonna read this. Some other ones were there as well by the same author, but I decided that I really liked this show, so I wanted to read this. It's Liane Moriarty's 9 Perfect Strangers. And if you have not seen the HBO show of 9 Perfect Strangers, you must. It is so good. It is so good. So the way that I think about it, and this person, Liane, also wrote Big Little Lies. I don't like Big Little Lies as much as I like this. It wasn't as riveting for me. And then there's another one called My Husband's Secret, I think, which was there as well. I didn't pick it up because I want to know if I like this first before I pick up anything else by this author. But if you don't know what this book's about, this book is about 9 strangers who go to this retreat. I don't know where the retreat's in. It's like some remote place. And the lady who runs it is like actually crazy, but you don't know she's crazy. Well, you know she's kind of crazy. But she has her own trauma, her own past. She's also Russian. Let's get that Russian representation, okay? I get so excited. Well, I don't know if she's actually Russian or she's Eastern European. They call her Russian, but like people call a lot of people Russians when they don't know when they're actually from. Like Soviet Union was literally all Russia. So she's Eastern European. She might be Russia. I think she might be from Moscow actually, now that I'm remembering it. But we got that Russian representation, which I love in books because I get so excited when there's a female Russian person and I'm like, she's not crazy because I'm the same way. So it's like really cool to see the representation of Russians in the book, or Eastern Europeans in a book. I just love it. So I'm so excited that I have this book, and I'm gonna read this as soon as possible. Like all these books, I'm gonna have to do like a roulette to see like what I want to read first. Actually, I am reading one book first because I wanted to get it out of the way because it's complete trash, and I'm gonna talk about it now. I bought it literally because I thought a character was gonna be alive in it, and it wasn't. And I'm going to show you Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Let's talk about Harry Potter and the freaking Cursed Child real quick. I don't want to take up too much of your time because we're already like a good chunk in. But Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is about, first of all, it's not 19 years later, lies. It is 22 years later. Albus Severus Potter is at Hogwarts. It's his 4th year. And he decides to be a little shit and bring somebody back from life. And I hate this book so much. 0 out of 5. 0 out of 5 because this should have never been made. Let the fans make their own damn fan fiction, okay? Let the fans have better writing than this. Let the fans play out how they want Harry Potter to end. We do not need the kid stuff. It's kind of like, okay, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this because I've never watched the show and I've never understood it. I was a little too old for when the show came out to be interested in it. But that's like me in Descendants. All right, sorry, my camera died. I didn't even have time to fix my hair, but my camera died and I had to get a new battery. So that calmed me down just a little bit. As you can tell, I am very irked by this freaking book. But I'm finishing this and then I'm going to put it in my collection because I own all of the Harry Potter books, and I was like, we should just add this. But I don't like that Snape is not alive. He is just a teacher in the second alternate universe, and he's like, oh, and then in the second alternate universe, Albus doesn't even exist because they messed up time so much that like Harry died before he could have Albus. So they should have just kept in that second universe. I'm gonna just tell you, second universe sounded good to me. But anyways, so that was Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I do not recommend it, but if you really want it in your collection physically, I'm 100% certain it'll be at your Goodwill because nobody wants to keep this book. But I do, just because I want it in my collection. And all of my collection is hardback, but I was not gonna pay $1.99 for this. So that was everything. That is everything that I got at Goodwill for my book haul. I am going to make this into a series, I think. Every other month I do go thrifting for my shop. So I'm gonna mosey on over to the book section, get a couple books, talk about it. I think it'll be a good time on my channel. So if you guys like this type of content, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and make sure to check out your local Goodwill and see if you can find anything good. And if you have, let me know. Leave a comment down in the bottom below. My hair is such a mess. I am so sorry. But yeah, love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys liked it, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye bye.